Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Not Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. So today quickly we are going to cut a native top, a native Ankara top. We're going to cut it. So if you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, because we're not just going to cut, we're still going to sew. So if you don't subscribe to this channel, you'll be missing out a whole lot. So please subscribe so that you will always be notified when I drop my videos. So for this native Ankara top we're using a shoulder of 19, a bust of 48, sleeve length of 10, sleeve round 16, and a full length of 34. So please, without wasting time, let's hit into the video and finish up. So the first thing we will do is to minus ½ inch from the top here. I do this so as to avoid having this edge of fabric appearing on my work, so I always do that. The next thing we're going to do is that we're going to slant this in by 4 inches. And before then, please, you see I folded my fabric into two. Yeah, very important, you fold your fabric into two. And when folding your fabric, you consider the biggest measurement, which is the bust measurement. The bust is 48, so which is, if you divide 48 by 4, you will be having 12. When you are cutting the top, you divide your bust measurement by 4. So if you divide 48 by 4, you'll be having 12. And if you divide the shoulder, which is 19, by 2, you'll be having 9.5. But we'll deal with shoulder later. Let us divide our busts, our chests rather, so that we can make progress. So this is 12, but we're adding 2 inches allowance to get 14. So this is 14. So we're going to still mark this 14 down here so as to get a straight line. This is what? 14. I added those 2 inches for seam allowance, seam and side vent allowance. Seam allowance and side vent allowance. So the next one I'm going to do is to check the length of this top. You see the length is 34, so we're using 34 exactly. This is 34. Yeah, using 34. This is 34. Let's see, we're going to get a line here. This is a very simple way of cutting a native top. Very simple. So we slanted, we marked 4 inches, so we're going to slant it to this point. See? Slant our 4 inches to this point. And the next thing is to do what? To cut. Just want to add a little allowance. Okay, that's why I'm not cutting the line exactly. Now, you slant this because this is the shoulder, this is the down. A human being's shoulder is not straight like this, it's slanted. That's why you slant the shoulder. When you don't do that, by the time you cut or you sew, you discover that the shoulder will have 2 excess allowance and the dress will not take shape on the shoulder. So you always ensure to slant the shoulder. So having removed this piece, the next thing we'll do is to go to the back, the second piece, which will serve as our back piece. And if you notice, I took exactly the length of the shirt when I was cutting that first piece. I didn't add hemming allowance, and I'll show you why I didn't add that allowance. So now we are going to place this on this. Actually, when you are making a shirt, the back piece is longer than the front piece. So the length of the back piece will make up for the hemming allowance. I'm going to show you, just stay with me. I'm going to show you. So from here we are going to cut this out the same way we cut the front. I'm going to cut this out. But when I'm going to cut it out, and just wait there for now. Then we're going to slant, I'm going to push it down by 4 inches. So what we're leaving here is 4 inches. Let's confirm that. This is 4 inches accurately. So if you are here to subscribe to my channel, you're watching, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, because it's about to get sweeter. Thank you so much. It's always nice to come around knowing that you're there watching. So you see, so we say I said when I was measuring this piece here, when I was measuring that piece here, I took exactly 34. You can see exactly 34. But now with the coming in of this back piece, you see, look at our 34 here, and we still have what? Hemming allowance. You see, we still have a hemming allowance here. So this coming in, this extension from the back, you know, brings in allowance, because the front one we use exactly 34. Look at it, 34. So we use 34 exactly. But because I've extended the back piece by 4 inches, that has taken the length of the shirt to 36, leaving us with 2 inches hemming allowance. I believe you understand this very well. So at this point now, the next thing we'll do is to take our measurements. Our shoulder, we say our shoulder is 19 divided by 2. When you're cutting, you divide your shoulder by 2. 19 divided by 2, that will be 9.5. So we'll check 9.5 here. Plus half inch seam allowance, that will be 10. This is 10. The next thing we're going to do is locate our arm. And the formula to locating arm is simply shoulder minus 1 divided by 2, like I told you in my other video. So the arm for this person is 19, divided by 2 minus 1 is equal to 18. Divided by 2, that will be equal to 9. So the arm for this person is 9. But if you are following me, if you've been following me, I said we're not going to use this 9 complete. We're going to remove 1.5 inch from this 9, which means we're going to be using 7.5 for our arm. If you're following me, you should know why we are doing that. So the next thing we'll do is to take our bust measurement on this line of the arm, and our bust is 48, so that's supposed to be 12. So this is 12 plus half inch seam allowance, that becomes 12.5. The next thing we'll do is to extend this line down. So we'll extend this line down to help us curve our arm. This shoulder line, we extend it down. That shoulder point, we extend it down, just to help us to curve our arm. So when curving our arm, we make sure we hit 3/4 inch into the main measurement. So you see, let's curve our arm. We're curving our arm from here into this 3/4 inch here, back to the arm. Now our arm, we got 9. Let's see if we can still get our 9 from here. You see, we've gotten, in fact, we haven't gotten 9.5. That is why I said we should always minus 1.5 inch from our arm. If we had used this 9 here completely, by the time you curve it to be more than 9, and that will be more than the 18 you are looking for. So always remove that 1.5 inch before you take the arm measurement. The next thing I'm going to do is to locate our side vent. And at 16, this is where our side vent will start. And we are having 13 here. We use the same 13 here. Simple as that. We join this line to this line. Hope you understand and we are following. Our bust usually is what? It is 12, but I've added 1 inch seam allowance to it. That's why we have 13. So we extended the same 13 here to get the shape, the shaping of the top. So the next thing I'm going to do is to cut this out. Because though I cut this leaving a little allowance, because the back piece of a dress is always a bit wider than the front piece. So you see, and this front piece, if you don't remove this allowance, it will rumple at the shoulder, at the arm. So let's remove this allowance, and the back is a bit wider at the front. So cut this straight down. Cutting a native top is as simple as sewing it. Don't worry, you get to understand better. You see? I'm done with this. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut the neck of this top. So this man's neck, yes, our measurement, we didn't include the neck. The neck is also to be included. His neck is 18. Yes, so we're using a neck of 18. So how can we get a neck of 18 from here? This is a formula. For you to get your neck accurately, we are looking for a neck of 18. We'll mark 4.5 inches down here by 2.25 inch wide. You can try this on your own and measure it and see. You will get 18. I'm going to deepen it at the back just a little bit. So we measure 4.5 down by 2.25 wide. Now I'm going to cut it out. That is for a neck of 18. When it's 17, when it's 16, you can simply measure 4 by 2. So I've deepened it a little at the back, just a little, less than half an inch. I've deepened at the back, less than half an inch. So you see. So like I said, if it were a neck of 16, you just use a depth of 4 by a wideness of 2. And when you are done, you get your 16. So you can use that formula to, add or subtract based on how wide the neck is, how small it is. So having said that, we are done with cutting our our Ankara top. So if you are enjoying this video, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell. And the next thing I'm going to cut is to cut the sleeve for this top, and it's going to be a short sleeve. It won't take time to cut at all. Just stay with me, and within 3 minutes we are done cutting this sleeve. Yeah, so I did a video on how to cut sleeve. Please, if what I'm doing here is not clear for you, just watch that video and you understand perfectly how to cut a short sleeve. I did a video on that. Please check my videos and you will see that video. How to cut a short sleeve, I did a video. Check it, watch it, and you will understand very well. Meanwhile, let's do this. The sleeve length of this customer is 10. I'm going to use 11. That is for some allowance. The hemming, we're going to use something else to hem it, so we're not adding any allowance for hemming. The sleeve round is 8, that is 16, we're using 9. The 1 inch is serving us, it's serving us our seam allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do, like I said always, remember to mark this out. The next thing we'll do is to mark 5 inches from here to help us with the curving. And we're going to curve it from these 5 inches. You can use your curves. Always doing this has helped me to curve freely with my free hand without using cuffs. And when you are curving this, mind you, we're using an arm of the one we cut on our shirts. We have 9.5, you see. So here, you see, this is, you must make sure you get that. We're using 10 rather, because of also for allowance. See, this is our 10. So you must make sure you get that 10. Whenever you're cutting your arm, this is our arm. So you measure this arm, whatever you get is what you're going to cut there. We have 11 here. That 11, mind is plus allowance. So the same 11 that we're going to mark here so that it will be uniform, you see. So this is 11 plus excess allowance. So that when you come to fix this arm, it will perfectly match. It's very, very important. You measure your top first before you know what you are cutting for your arm. See? So since this arm are 2, I'm not going to waste time cutting another one. I'll just bend this one here and then produce the second one. Since they are 2 and they are similar for the same person, they're supposed to be the same size, I'm not going to waste my time sketching the second one. I'll just fold this into 2 and then produce the second one here. And we are good to go. See? So we are done with cutting our native Ankara top. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn your notification bell on, because much more interesting videos are coming your way. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Nav Fashion Hub, the best fashion channel in the world. Thanks for watching.